What's up, YTPC? Uncle Willie coming to you from the coop on this hump day. That's right. Do a VR for the pipe smoking knife maker, Dwight. If y'all have seen his gall give rules how to enter and seen that knife that he made for it, that thing is absolutely gorgeous. I don't usually participate in galls and make it where I keep the prize because I usually have so many samples and whatnot. You know, I don't need any more samples. Certain galls I enter, I'll say, you know, pay it forward, pay it backwards, whatever, that I appreciate, you know, the opportunity. This one, however, I will accept the prize if I win it. He's giving away a pocket knife that is absolutely gorgeous, that he made himself. And like I say, even if you're not going to join the gall, go check out his video so you can see that knife. It's absolutely gorgeous. So, he asked a question. And the question is, what was the first pipe tobacco that you enjoyed? This is where it gets interesting. What's the first pipe tobacco that you enjoyed from top to bottom of the bowl? And after he posed the question that way, it made me think. It made me think of a lot of bowls that I have dumped that was more than dottle. It was like a half a bowl, and they just fell short. They ran out of flavor. That's the only way I can explain it. After you start smoking something and it's just like smoking hot air, it ain't worth it. So you dump it. I can understand what he's saying, and made me think. Chocolate caramel. It made me think. And I've only been smoking a pipe since the end of 20 and the beginning of 21. So I've only been smoking a couple years. And my first absolute love was Esoterica, the vapor, Dunbar and Dorchester. And then I had some Tilbury that was a straight Virginia, but those vapors, I smoked a couple tins of those right off the bat when I started smoking. But I noticed when I dumped it, it had tobacco left in it. And then I saw that people called that dottle. I figured it was natural. Over the couple years, I smoked different kinds of tobacco. And once in a while, I would smoke something all the way down because I enjoyed it. What it was now, I couldn't tell you because I don't remember. That was like a year or more ago that I had done it. And so I never really thought about it. But now, recently, within the last year, I can say that I have found 2, possibly 3 blends that I will smoke down to ash. I will be lighting the bottom of the bowl and sucking ashes through the stem before I dump it, because I'm hoping that there's at least one more puff left in there. And y'all already know that they're Galwith blends, either Sam Galwith or Galwith Hogarth. And those blends, they just use top quality tobacco, and they just fit my bill. Check my boxes, baby. 1792 flake being number 1 on that list. and that is probably like my favorite tobacco right now. Definitely in my top 5. And in my top 5, I do have a HH blend in there. So it's not all Gallwith blends that are in my top 5. But the 1792 flake, I could smoke it to ash and the dark bird's eye. I smoked a bowl of dark bird's eye yesterday, and the last draw I took out of it, it coated the back of my tonsils with ashes. I'm lucky I had something to drink, because I was like, ugh. But that would be my answer. What I've enjoyed and still do enjoy it from top to bottom, and that's what I'm smoking today from 1792 flake. I've already packed up my 1792 pipe that I dedicated for it, which is a Peterson also, but I am smoking a Peterson Aran line. I like the silver accent around there. The shape 107, rusticated billiard. It's a nice looking pipe. I mean, it's not beautiful by no means. It's just a pipe. But it's a very nice pipe. And let's see, yeah. And in it, it's a 9mm filter, but I have this Suge little coil, and this cools it. It doesn't filter anything. It's supposed to just cool the smoke like a Stinger does, or semi like the Tube does in a Dunhill. There we go. So there you have it, Dwight. Like I said, I don't know if y'all heard me or not, but the knife is absolutely gorgeous. It would look good on the tray when I dump my EDC. It would look good on my tray with the rest of my stuff, because that's the only time you'll see it. If it's in your pocket, of course you're carrying around a beautiful knife, but the only time you see it is when you unload your pockets at night and put them up on your dump tray with all your other EDC stuff. So I'd love to be able to look at that every night when I take it out of my pocket and sit it up there on the table, on the dresser. So there you have it, bud. It just comes alive. This stuff is so good. I'm glad that I was able to help a couple people out to try this. Keep your eyes out, because there's going to be another drop pretty soon. I'm feeling another drop pretty soon of Gallwith blends and stuff. This stuff is so delicious. And the pipe is actually smoking very well. It's a great pipe. It doesn't gurgle like some of the other pipes I own. Pardon me. Oh, and if you were wondering, that's Sasquatch Piper leaving the woods after he pooped. The other one shows him going in. This here, he's coming out. He's leaving. He's done. He left his calling card. He's on the run. I got a daggone cicada killer flying around here, and that's a big ass hornet looking bee. They're about 2.5 inches long, brown and yellow stripe. They just look like they would tear you up. The only good thing about them is the males don't sting, but the females do. But the males are the hunters, and that's the ones that usually fly around. There's no cicadas out this year. I haven't heard one. And I've seen this cicada killer flying around probably 6 times now. I think year before last, when we had cicadas, I come out here one morning and I was sitting in this spot. I had my other furniture at the time. I was sitting right here in this spot, and out of this pine tree right here, I caught something go to the ground, and I looked, and there's a damn cicada killer with their cicada dragging it over. It already burrowed a hole in my yard. And so when he got over to the hole, I grabbed my shovel, 'cause I keep a shovel there to scoop up the dog poop. And I grabbed that shovel, went over there and smacked him. And when I smacked him, 2 more dead cicadas came out from under the grassy area that he was going down into. And I smacked him. It took me about 5 whacks with that shovel to actually kill him. And then I haven't had any, other than they just fly around back and forth. I didn't want him, it's right there where my dog goes. And I don't know, after they build a burrow like that and put a couple cicadas in there, I'm sure the female comes and lays the eggs, because that's what the dead ones are for. They lay the eggs, and then that's what the babies eat till they're big enough to fly away and whatever. I mean, you know how the ecosystem works. So I killed it because they're not really a pollinator. It don't really matter about them. They're just assassins. And they do their part in the ecosystem as well, but not that close to my backyard or my patio. So I got rid of him. I was the assassin of the day then. I mean, I don't like killing stuff, even animals or bugs or whatever. I usually give them a fair chance. If I'm sitting here and there's a water bug or a roly-poly or whatever comes through, I just let him go about his business. I got ants that go back and forth to my patio. They're not bothering me. The sweat bees, they come up and land on me. I just let them lick the salt off if I'm sweaty. Because that's all they do. They lick, they don't bite. Mosquitoes, I kill them. Almost every other flying insect or whatever, I don't bother them. Spiders, I let them sit in their web. Unless they get on me somehow, then I'm killing them. But I don't interfere with God's creatures. I let them do what they got to do. They're just like us. They're here for a reason. So, the way I look at it. They say if that cicada killer had have made the nest out there under the tree, I'd never touched it. Now, if we had one of them hornet's nests that gets out like that, oh yeah, I'm shooting it down with a shotgun. Bird shot, not buckshot. I'm using as many pellets in that as I can, and I'm just gonna unload. Anyway, enough foolishness. I think I mentioned that it was hump day. Hope y'all have a good rest of your afternoon. I had a story I was going to tell, but I'm already at 13 minutes, so I'm just going to jump off. I ain't going to bend your ear all as much as I usually do. I'm going to jump off. Finish up the rest of this chocolate caramel. I don't even know how I say it. I don't even know how I say it. Because I always say caramel. Either way, still good. I'm gonna finish the rest of this, and y'all have a good day. And remember, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. And with that being said, until next time, you know what to do. Stuff them and pop them.